Hey there, happy Friday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. All right, you guys, I have all my supplies out here to prep our blocks for the ABC collection, prep them by putting the front and the back and the batting together, getting them all ready to quilt. And then I think we're gonna do some hand quilting tonight. I thought we could hand quilt another one of these blocks. I was gonna get all the sewing machine stuff out, but I didn't wanna do that. So we're gonna hand quilt tonight and get another hand quilted block into the quilt. So, all right, you guys, let's get started. Okay, so here we are tonight. All right, so I have my pieces here. We have 5 embroideries that are all ready to be put into the quilt blocks. So I'm gonna just go one at a time. I also have my hand quilting supplies out here. This is my bag for that. So we'll do some hand quilting, and I think I know which one I want to do it on, but we'll see. So one at a time. I'm gonna get my iron out to start, and I'm gonna just like lift them off the top here. So let's start with the seahorse. Let's just give him a good press just around the edge here. Sometimes I like flipping it around. I don't have like a nice towel down here, which I usually like for pressing embroideries, but I always forget about that. So, all right, there we go. And now I'm gonna just put my cutting mat up here to have a hard surface that I can scratch and not worry about. All right, so we have our backing fabric. Again, this is directional, so I have to make sure that all the animals are pointing up. Let's flip him over. And I need a batting piece. So this is that Nature's Way batting. So one side is more natural. It's got all the flex in. Hey, Cassie. And one side is nice and clean. That clean side I want to the front, just because if I have the other side to the front, you might be able to see those flecks and stuff through the fabric, which is probably fine because this fabric has flecks in, but I don't really want to see that. And you can kind of feel them. So my back fabric is a little stiffer. So I am making sure that I'm flipping that like seedy side to the back. And then let's stick this guy on top. And I think, should we pin these first? I forget what we did. So we have our little guide to kind of center these, but I think we kind of pinned first, but I think it'd be a lot easier to mark it now. So I'm gonna just, this is my 8.5-inch square. Ultimately, these will be 8 inches once they're sewn into the quilt. Yeah, this is gonna be easier. So I'm just kind of using it as a guide. So I'm just sort of marking the corners, and that's gonna help me know where I need to quilt within, and it's just gonna help me keep it centered. Actually, I kind of think we were doing this after we quilted. Do you guys remember? I'm not sure. I think we just kind of quilted and then did this after, just to make sure it's like actually that 8 inches. But actually, I think we'll do it this way, just because it's nice to have that little bit of a marker. Then when I'm quilting, I can make sure that we keep it in there. Hey, Case, we are making a hold on a sec. We are embroidering the entire alphabet, slowly but surely, and we are making it into a little alphabet quilt. So I am prepping blocks for it. And we are doing it with a quilt as you go process, which means I can quilt these smaller pieces and connect them later, which is kind of fun because it's way easier to quilt small pieces like this than a whole giant, finished quilt. So we have 5. We're quilted all the way up to, I think, letter O. Or we've quilted through N, letter N. So A through N, those ones are done. Some of them are even assembled in the quilt. And we have letters O through S here that are not quilted. So we are prepping those tonight, first of all. And then we'll work on hand quilting one tonight. So I'm mainly machine quilting, but we have one already that we hand quilted, the giraffe, and I'm wanting to hand quilt another one, and I didn't feel like getting all the machine stuff out tonight, so we're hand quilting another one from this batch, I think. Oh, Catherine says you marked it first, if I remember correctly, so you didn't quilt much beyond the marks. I thought so too, and I think the one I'm kind of thinking. So here, let me finish pinning this one, and then we'll talk about that for a sec. The one that I'm thinking of hand quilting, and let me know if this is a good idea or not. The one that I think we're hand quilting, this is plenty. I think I overpinned that. Is the pig. Let me find that one. Here we go. So I was thinking we could put, since he's like a little flying pig, I thought we could hand quilt like a couple clouds. Like maybe, I mean, this is kind of, or maybe we just put clouds above, or I don't know. I think we can do clouds everywhere. Like he's flying and I don't know, flying a little mushroom there or something, but at least we could like draw one cloud and then decide what to do for the rest. But I think just like clouds behind him would be kind of fun. So it'd be kind of like the circles that we did for the giraffe hand quilting, but just a little bit more fun in there. So that's the one I was thinking of hand doing. Debbie says that would be cute. Okay, so good. So I think that's my plan. So that one I'll draw like the full line around, because for hand quilting I have to stay within the lines, because if I don't and I accidentally cut the piece, then my stitching would come out. Although like a rainbow behind him would be kind of cute, but I don't know if you'd be able to see, because yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with the pig. I kind of like that. All right, well, this guy's prepped. So when we machine quilt, we got our 3 pieces basted together, like with our pins, and we'll be able to free motion quilt this with the sewing machine at some point when we get to that. So that guy's done. I'm just gonna make a stack of the ready to go ones. So when we really do this, so this is like, here's the one on top. Like here's letter N. I can grab it. Here we go. Like this is one that we've machine quilted. So here, this one's actually pretty busy, but he's supposed to be like on a log, and he's got little ferns behind him and stuff. Some are not as detailed as this one, but that's like the machine quilted version. We're gonna do something far more simple than that for the hand quilted, but let's just gather these all up. Each part of this is like one step further. I think that's an end of the sentence. Like all of these just definitely take the steps that they take. So, all right, here's the raccoon. Like I said, we have 5 ready to prep, and I already got my 5 backs and my 5 pieces of batting out. So we're just gonna go through those, and the rest of the time we'll draw some clouds on that pig and start stitching him. Okay, I don't think any of these need to be pressed. I think we've already done that. All right, so I'm flipping the back around. Get a piece of batting. Okay, check the sides. And we're good. This batting's a little crooked, but that's not going to matter because we have lots of extra. Okay, get that kind of centered on there, and let's get our little guide and mark our corner. So I'm just eyeballing this. I'm kind of centering the whole, the character as a whole. I'm not like lining up the R or the letters on a rule line or anything like that. We're just centering the whole motif with eyeballs. We're not measuring. It's all going to shift a little bit anyway when we quilt. Like it'll bunch up and do its own thing a little bit. But I'm not worried about it not being perfect. So I think that only one that I'm intending to hand quilt is going to be that quail. But if we do decide to hand quilt another one of these, which I don't think we will, I will extend these lines the whole entire way. Or not the quail, the pig. I think I said quail. I meant pig. All right, got that guy. One or two in the middle, and then around the outside. Linda says iris for rainbow, maybe in the design. Yeah, that could be really cute. I think that would be a nice one to machine quilt, maybe. I think we could maybe do that in a cute way. The trick is we got this guy in the middle, right? So we gotta like figure out how to fit in the rainbow. That'll be the trick with all these. All these we're basically making a frame around it. We're not like, it's not like a fully quilted piece. We have to like, this dude's in the way in the middle, so we gotta get creative always with these. So yeah, a rainbow would be cute. Not quite sure how we do that yet, but I agree. We'll have to do a rainbow with this guy somehow. Oh, Cassie says, I was thinking of also hand quilting the pig. Nice! That's great. All right, 2 done. Moving on. Okay, hold on a sec. All right. Next one is the quail, and it looks like that guy needs to be ironed too. Actually, all these, I think, need to be ironed. All right. Oh, I forgot this guy has a cute little hair there. So this one I might center this main area and not the whole piece. Like I'll pretend that he isn't there so that this main guy is centered and then he just still looks like he's running behind a little bit. I think that'll look better for this one than centering the whole thing. And then we're getting pretty close to the edge too. All right. Let's get this guy back in here. Cute. All right, background fabric. Puzzle. Get a piece of batting. Flipping around that spotty side. Oh, Kathleen says you could do little rainbows all over. Oh, I like that idea. That'd be easy to do too, because we could just go use that 1/4 inch as a guide. Yeah, I kind of like that. That'd be fun. Then we'd get that whole rainbow deal going. All right. A few more pins out here. These are my curved safety pins used for basting together these guys. Oh wait, we did not trace this. Did we do that with the R? Yeah, we did. Okay. Let's do this first while we have flat pieces everywhere. Yeah, so see, I'm centering just this guy, and then he looks like he's trailing off a little bit, versus like, yeah, versus centering the whole thing. That was our little addition to this one. He snuck on in there. That was pretty fun doing that extra little guy on there. This will, on these ones that were machine quilting, I mean, we're going to machine quilt the whole thing, but because we're doing like these little borders, it is nice to still get these lines in to sort of suggest, you know, where we have to stay within. If we go out, that's fine, but it's also going to help us when we actually cut these down to size. Having these little starter points are going to be helpful, I think. Let me know if anyone has any fun plans for the weekend. I didn't do much today or yesterday, so I'm actually going to try and get some work done this weekend. But for my breaks, I have been like going through my clothes and closets, and I don't know, I'm in clean up all the things and what don't we need and all that sort of stuff. Like making a stack of stuff that, you know, I can maybe sell on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, you know? Going through the things. All right, I don't think we need more pins than that. There we go, there's the cue. Ooh, Cassie says, finishing my cardigan. Nice. That sounds relaxing. All right, now here's the feller I want to hand quilt. Let's give him a quick press here. He seems pretty flat already, but I'm not sure we pressed him yet. So we'll pin them and everything, and then we'll come back when we're done with like working on the letter O, our last one, and then we'll come back and to this guy and draw our clouds. All right, that over. Adding. I gotta say all the parts out loud so I remember. All right. We'll get this guy in the middle. And now this one is the one that I'm going to draw the entire square around, because with hand quilting, I need all my stitches to stay within the border, because if I cut them off, it's all gonna unravel. I'm a little close to the edge over here, but that's okay. Think about like so. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I really didn't stitch this one center, did I? All right. Ooh, that one's hard to do. Let's do this guy first. Went a little out there. All right. Ooh, I can't see all that very well. I'm going to kind of go over. I mean, I can see it enough, but I'm a little afraid it's going to go away on me. So let's just run over that again quickly. Actually, we might vote tomorrow. uh, that's one thing we'll do tomorrow. Vote and go to the storage unit, grab some things. I don't know. Maybe grab some breakfast somewhere. All right. We got it. Let's pin that up. So now this one we'll come back to and draw all of our clouds. I do have a big border on these sides just because I probably didn't stitch this right in the center. I think though, I might try and pin this so I'm kind of staying out of this area. So I might actually use all this excess to my advantage. Let's get a little pin in here. Because then I can draw more easily and not have to go around pins. We'll just put a bunch of pins in the outside area for now. Take them out as we go. Oh, that's awesome, Catherine. Catherine says, I really like the close-ups for each finished block on your website along with the place to find the videos. Yeah, we have a running blog post over at penguinandfish.com that has all our finished guys for this, with close-ups of the embroidery and then the video link directly in there. So we're trying to keep a good record of this so things are easy to find, and we can see like all the changes we did with each one, and it's been kind of fun putting that together. I have to take a photo of the seahorse yet. I didn't take a picture of him yet. Upper corner. We'll get 2 more in these borders, and I think it's good enough. I think it'll be a little bit more difficult to stitch the clouds versus the circles because we'll have some tighter curves to do and a lot of start and stopping around, but we'll see how it goes. So, all right, we're gonna come back to this guy. Let's do this owl. This is our last one. So we had 5 unfinished ones. This is to prep. And this is our last one. Give him a little press. Another rainbowy one. Go around the outside. All right. Okay. Last. Oop, let's get. I don't need this anymore. Let's get our cutting board out here though again. Flip that over. last piece of batting. All right, let's center him. That looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, shoot. Well, let's get him back on there. Oh. Oof, sorry, guys. There we go. All right, and let's pin him down. Man, I have no idea what to do for quilting for this guy. We could do like a little nest for him, maybe. Arlene's asking how I got these pins. I did not get them in bulk like this. They do come with like, I don't know, 50 or so in a thing though, or I don't know, at least 25. I think I've gotten them over the years. So I think I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 packs of these larger ones, and then I have some of these smaller ones as well. I definitely prefer using the larger ones by far. The smaller ones are just more annoying and harder to close, and I don't know. I don't think there's any reasoning to have different sizes of them, so I would recommend these larger ones. But nope, just got them over the years, and they ended up in a big jar altogether. What probably happened is I had them all on an unfinished quilt, and I needed more for like another quilt or something. That's probably why I had to get more or get them in batches. I do have a quilt right now that's pinned, ready to quilt, but I haven't, it's been sitting around for like a year, so that's the, not the, yeah, the Triangle Tango quilt. That one that's white with those colorful triangles all over it. That one's pinned, ready to quilt. But just haven't yet. All right, so this guy's done. That's our 5th guy. I'm gonna grab the seahorse again quick because I gotta remember that I have to photograph him yet, but there we go. This is the one that we finished last night. All right, so let's get back to our little piggy here. So this is what I want to do. Let's close these up before I dump them everywhere. That'd be good. Okay, so what I'd like to do is kind of like draw a few little clouds on here. I'm kind of wondering if I should practice drawing on my little like drawing board that I have for this, but I'm kind of just gonna wing it, I think. I'm not quite sure how to do that though. I suppose we could have like a cloud up here, then maybe one here, maybe a full one here, kind of circling the peas. So like 3, like duck a duck a duck. I think something like that. I think we're gonna just draw. This will be interesting. So, all right. You know what? I'm gonna practice. Let's get my little board out. Right here. Got my dry erase marker. So I think, I mean, this isn't going to be obviously perfect, so I don't know how much this is going to help me, but so here's our pig. Here, little wings. Okay, and the peas. So I'm thinking we have one come here, like, but maybe it's going off the side. I don't want it to like look like he's doing like a fart cloud, so I'm gonna have it be like a little higher. So I'm just thinking like bouncy little clouds like this. Okay, so maybe this one can be wholly in there. And then another one kind of maybe coming here. All right, and then around these peas somehow. I don't know, something like that probably works okay. You can always put like an extra little poof up here. I think that'll be clear enough what these are. I think I'm okay with this. I think we just gotta draw. Just extra poofy like this. I don't think they need any special shapes other than this. I think it's kind of cute. All right, let's just do it. I'm gonna still use this as a guide. I'm gonna just have that nearby. And I'm gonna have it come above the tail here. I'm gonna start drawing here. Well, no, I better start drawing here. I'm just gonna try and draw quick, even though I'm not gonna be able to see it very well. And then go over. Try and have it go all the way over here. There, okay. Get drawn in a little bit better. So this one will take a bit. Ooh, okay, I do have to remember that I'm gonna lose 1/4 of an inch here, too. So I'm gonna make this a little lower. Because a 1/4 of an inch is gonna be sewn into the quilt, so I gotta remember that when I'm doing these. Not to get too close to the edge unless I on purpose want it to go off the edge. All right, I think that's a cloud. All right, next up I had one kind of circling around this whole area. I had it coming from the ear, but that's too high. I think we'll go like right here, but actually I think I might start it on the inside. Like start it here and just see where it goes. Again, I can't get too close to the edge. There, that's kind of sweet. All right, get that in a little bit more. Like this extra big loof right here. Got a floating mushroom up here with them, which is goofy, but I like it. And I got these pins just at Joann's, just in person in the store. Where all the other pins and everything are, or needles, or I don't know. One of those aisles that has so many things on the wall that it's hard to figure it out. You just look for things that look like the safety pins, but they do have that bend in. They're either called like bent safety pins or like basting pins. Probably something like that. Okay. I'm gonna move this guy. I'm just gonna delete that. I think he's gonna be in the way. So actually, once I have these drawn, then maybe I'll put a few more pins in. Well, I'm not sure I'll need them. So, all right. Anyway, let's Should we go, maybe we don't go all the way around the P. Although I kind of like the idea of it going around. Let's just go around. I'm going to make a big around the P shape. That works. Now around the little P. All right. And I think maybe we'll add like that one up here kind of going off the edge. Although I don't know if we need it, but actually I think that would be kind of nice, just a little bit up top here. There. It's just kind of silly. All right, I'm liking it. And then we'll just get like a little floof off the side. Should go off the edge here too, maybe? Or just some extra up here. I think it should go off the edge. There. That's enough. Cute. Okay, I like it. It's silly. I think it's fun. All right. Let's get started with quilting. So I'm not quite sure where we should begin, and I actually kind of want to put more poofs like here and here. But I'm gonna just leave it for now. Let's just leave it like this. Okay. Let's I think let's start here, because this one just, I don't know, looks like a nice prominent one. I'll probably actually start on this side of it. Actually, no, I'm gonna start here. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so I know it's a weird color for this, but all our other quilting is done with this orange, so I'm gonna just kind of continue with the orange. And it's really bold, you can see it easily, which I like. All right, let's get my hand quilting stuff out. All right, here's my little baggie of stuffs. So it always takes me a little bit to get into the groove of, but we'll see how it goes. Ooh, and 9:10. So just a reminder that it's you're watching live, so our live special applies. If you order $20 or more in the shop, I will throw in a free mystery gift to your order. Come on here. My little thing of needles. These are hand quilting needles. All of this hand quilting stuff I got from the Thimble Lady. .com. Oh good, here's one isolated. I just want to tuck these in a little bit better though. Okay. Get in there. And normally I would use, like, I got some cotton quilting thread from the Thimble Lady as well, but I'm going to just use this Aurifil, and I'm just doing one strand. I'm not sure we'll have enough to go around the whole thing, so we'll just see how this goes. So you have a little pink stork to go with the pink pink pig today. There we go. I'm gonna just do a quilter's knot to the end. Quilter's knot is just an easy way to make a knot at the end. I'm just gonna Yeah, I had to think about like, is this what I'm supposed to do now? It is. You just like kind of bring the ends together and you wrap the end around the needle a bunch of times and hold all those wraps and then pull the needle through. And that lets you get a nice knot at the end. Helps you like put the knot where you want, basically. Okay, we want to start, I think I'm going to start here. I always go like right to left. And to start, we actually want to come a little away and then come up to our starting point there. And then we have that knot there. We're going to just kind of yank that through. There we go. So you hear it pop. Trying to get that little end in too. There we go. All right, and now we can start. So I'm going to get my thimble on. And I think I had this one on this finger, and this is just to help pull the needle through. This one's to push, this one's to pull. We'll see how we do here. All right. I'm already like thinking about what to do. So, all right, I'm going straight down. And my left hand is like feeling it come through. And the moment I feel it come through, I'm going to tilt up. There we go. And I can see the needle on the top, so I'm going to tilt down again. Push till I feel it pop through to the other side. Okay, just barely. And then we're going to come back up. And let's push it all the way through. So we got a few stitches. And now the silicone guy is going to grip for us. Uh-oh, don't want that. Out of here, stupid pin. That's why I didn't want the pins everywhere. All right, there's our first couple stitches. So we're just going to do that a zillion times. So we get to that center point. First tilt is always the toughest, I think, for me, but actually not going all that bad right now, so that's cool. All right, I'm just going to do that many because the angle is switching quite a bit. It's hard to, like, you can really only go kind of straight. Every little bit you gotta do again. Up. We are going to do our best to stick to this, but it always kind of depends where it comes up, I suppose. So now I'm going to start back up this way. So we got our first little couple stitches in. They're a little goofy, but I think they're going to do the job. Arlene says, I didn't think he could get any cuter, but he is. That's nice. Sweet little guy. I think these clouds are going to be really fun to fun once they're done. I know it's time to do some more hand stitching. It's relaxing. I get third, and I'm a little wary about getting another stitch, so we'll just do them 2 at a time. If it was just a straight line, it would work, but there's a lot of kind of tight curves in here. Thumb underneath there, helping out. One more, let's push it and see. There we go. Q3. A little harder to pull through the more stitches you do, though. Fun! It's gonna be so cute. Can you imagine doing this for a whole quilt? Man. Take a long time. For me, at least. I'm thinking there's some people out there who could crank it out faster. I'm just kind of rotating as I go. I'm not sure that if I had a big quilt and I had this in a hoop, I don't know if that's how it would work. If I'd keep rotating like this, or if I'd have to do it in the one spot. Um, but yeah, since I can, I am gonna rotate so it's easy. Cat hair and crumbs. I am hand quilting right now, so we already have the embroidery done. We're doing the whole alphabet of embroidery, and we're sewing it into a quilt. And I'm quilting each piece individually, and then we're sewing the quilted pieces together through a quilt as you go process. Most of the letters, all except one other one, the letter G, we did hand quilting for. All the other ones are machine quilted, free motion quilted on my sewing machine. Dang, I can't get this first little baby one to go. But yep, this one I'm hand quilting. So right now I'm hand quilting. It's very much like an embroidered running stitch though. Trying to get my stitches nice and cute and small, but I guess that one's just gonna end there. That's fine. Okay, this is I love my thimble lady side thimble. Yeah, it's really fun to use. I just feel fancy when I use it, so it's just enjoyable for sure. Fun to have a couple fancy craft supplies. It just feels special when you get to use them. These thimbles theoretically have like larger holes than standard thimbles, and which allows that rocking motion really easily, and just the placement of them, and that it's fit basically for my finger. You measure your finger and pick the right size, and I don't know, I'm just loving it. And it allows, a lot of thimbles have the top, and you would normally push with the top, but like look at my hand, like that already kind of hurts, like crunched like that, versus getting to do it with my finger extended like this it's much more relaxing. Oh, Lynn says my grandma hand quilted the 1930s quilt I'm repairing. All her stitches and spacing are perfect. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All these ladies who are hand quilting all these quilts. Dang, it's just amazing. I mean, I'm kind of slow and imperfect right now, but every once in a while we'll get in the groove and it'll be like, dang, these are some good stitches. Usually takes me 20 minutes to get to though, and when I started, we only had like 20 minutes left. So we'll have to spend a bunch of time on this sometime. Maybe I'll get a bunch of cute stitches. All right. Try and get a bunch of little baby stitches here again. It's always that first coming up that I have a hard time with. See if we can get one more. There we go. That's a good series of 3. Kind of have to curve at the same time, which is tricky. All right, but we're doing it. It looks like a cloud. It's got stitches in there. That's looking fun. It's fun. All right. And you know what? I'm getting rid of this dude. Since I have enough stitches here, we are getting rid of him because I'm going to just get caught on him. Oh, that's true. It would be cute if we put like extra floof in here. Wonder how we would do that. We could actually kind of stuff it in from the side as we went. And then like seal it in. Okay, I kind of want to do that. I got to figure out how to do that. So normally if you were doing like trapunto, which is what it's called when you like stuff stuff your quilting. Normally you would cut open the back and stuff it in there, and then theoretically put another back on, I'm thinking. So normally I'd have to do that, but I'm thinking since I'm kind of hand quilting this, I could just like from this edge, just like kind of stuff some in there and then finish quilting it and then just kind of like shimmy sham it around a little bit. Ooh, I would have to somehow, I'd have to quilt right here too, just so, you know, otherwise it's going to spill out. So I could do that. We would just have to add like extra stitches around him. Kind of, I'm thinking now because I like that idea. We could almost do that by machine because it would be easy just to like seal this in, but it would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? I don't know. Would it be weird looking if I went around this with more hand stitching? I mean, I suppose we could always take it out, but we could do that. And then, or we could stuff it from that side and then do that. And then it would be contained in here, and that would be really cute. Yeah, the trick is just like getting it in there and sealing it. I'd have to do the same thing here, kind of stitching around the edge, just so it doesn't like go outward. But I can totally do that. I think I'd want to stuff it up here, so or like maybe like right here. So I think maybe I will go around this guy and then stop. Like I'll tie it in a knot and finish my thread. And then I think I want to go back down here and get around these wings. I'll try to get like real close so it's like practically hidden. And then like leave this little, I mean, I really would only have to leave like one of these open and we'd kind of get some stuffing in there and then just do the last little one to kind of seal it in. Okay. Kind of love that idea. All right. So obviously we're not going to have tons of time to do that right now because I got like 6 more minutes here. But I think we can get maybe around this thing. But let's all remember that's what we are going to do. We are going to stuff these because how freaking cute would that be? I love that idea. Cat hair. I think that'd be like super duper duper fun. So yes. It would work perfect for these clouds too. And it'd be just so sweet, like another little extra thing for in the quilt. And it would just be like a little, you know, noticeable, but you know, still quiltable and everything. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. But yeah, so I think we got to get around. The trick is getting around those wings and everything to kind of seal it in. All right, that's it for this loof. I want to get this one more. I think we might have time to do that. Ooh, don't get caught on him. And then we can end this thread too, which would be a nice way to finish tonight. I mean, the ladies that do this a lot just go zoop, 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 zoop. I'm still working on speed. I'm just going for, can I get cute little stitches yet? Speed can come after 10,000 hours. Ooh, that went through too much. Ooh, that was a little stitch, but yeah, I think I gotta redo that one. So this can be, you know how I said, or we finished up that binding on the Quilt As You Go stuff, so I didn't have any little project if we ran out of time on another project and just needed to do something for a little. This would be the perfect thing. Like if we just need, like if we got done with whatever we're doing a half hour early, we can bring this guy out and, oh geez, flung that. It got stuck in my finger and I flung it. But we can get this guy out and work on him. This will be another long-term kind of quilting thing. But good thing we're doing it now, so all the other ones can be machine quilted. And then we'll have two hand quilted ones. That giraffe and this guy. So I actually really just need to do one more stitch here. And I think the last stitch can be our knot. There we go. And all right, so like I said, this is where I'm gonna tie the knot, and then this area will leave open to stuff later. So I'm gonna just take these guys off for a moment. Oh, Arlene says everything about this quilt is gonna be so unique. Love it. Yeah, this has been really, really fun to stitch through all these guys, and I can't believe we're already like on the letter freaking T is what we're gonna be starting next week. All right, so I'm gonna do another like quilter's knot. Actually, I'm kind of doing like a French knot almost, and I'm having it be about a stitch length away from my needle. I don't know how well I'm gonna do this, but let's try and pull that. Trying to make a little knot with a little bit of distance there. It's a little farther away than I'd want, but I think it's fine. So now I am just gonna go in that last stitch. I'm just gonna kind of shimmy up a little bit a ways away, like there, and we just have to pop that knot through. So wrap it around my finger, and there we go. When you hear that click, and let's trim this guy away. And there we go, our first little bit of of hand quilting here for you guys. There we go. So yeah, and then I do like that idea of stuffing this. So I think when we start on this again, we will start here, and I'm gonna just try and get real close around the edge here. I was kind of tempted to go right through there, but I'm not gonna do that. So around the edge, and then back up. So that'll be a little tricky. Not quite sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but I think it's doable. We'll see. So again, because if we're stuffing it, then I need to like close this edge, because otherwise it's gonna like all bleed through into the pig. So anyway, I think this is looking cute. I'm excited to stuff this, and we will keep working on this whenever the time happens, because next week we're actually going to be starting the embroidery on the letter T. I think this might actually take us the entire week, because we had talked about maybe changing this entire inside, so I should probably trace this one. So remind me that I should trace this and not do iron-on for this. Because I think we're going to get rid of all these scallops, and we're going to put like fun flowers in. So I'm going to have to look up how to do like a whole bunch of like fancy embroidered flowers, and then we'll give some of those a go. And this probably means I'll have to get more floss out too, not just what's all left on my spool, because some of those flowers I think are going to take up a lot of floss. But all right, you guys. So, Cat Hair and Crumb says, this makes me want to try some hand quilting. I've always found it intimidating. I am so with you. I have found it very, very intimidating. And honestly, this has taken a lot of practice. I mean, not tons of practice. I'm still definitely new. I do recommend these needles and thimbles. It's from the Thimble Lady. So I think you can see it says Thimble Lady on there. It's an Australian company. I mean, these are kind of pricey, but you can do it with a normal thimble too. But it's been really nice doing this. And on her site's not great to navigate, but She does have some YouTube videos on the rocking motion and having like, if you use a hoop, she suggested having it really, really loose in the hoop because then you can get that rocking motion and, getting the thumb in here helps like get underneath the needle when you do some stitches. So those things helped me a lot. The looser in the hoop or like just loose, like I don't have any hoop. That has been kind of the key for me. When I've had them too tight, it was just too hard to get in because you need to go like straight down with the needle and like straight up again. And I couldn't do that when I had it too tight in my hoop earlier. So the looser I made it, the easier it got. But it definitely took practice for sure. But it's fun. It's relaxing. It really, after a little while, it does really, like it's stressful because like, oh my God, I like the stitches. Are these, how do I make these better? But then after, 20 minutes or so, like I said, I kind of get into the groove. I'm like, dang, this is just chill and relaxing. So I've been really liking doing it. So it's fun to be doing another block here. So, all right, you guys. So it is turning out so cute. I'm happy we're doing it with this one. Oh, even from far away, you can kind of see that there's the little stitch cloud there. I do love the idea of stuffing it with a little bit of batting, or not batting, stuffing. And that'll be fun. I haven't done that yet. A little trapunto here, or like a version of trapunto. And yeah, I don't think I've done that at all ever. So this will be a good chance. Why not? So, all right. It's the weekend tomorrow, so everyone have a lovely weekend. It is the time change, though. So, all you overseas peeps, how does that work again? Ugh, you're gonna have to look up one of those clock things. So we fall back, which means all of you guys are still going at normal time, and if we go backwards in time, so we might be on an hour later for you guys. Does that make sense? I think that's how it works. So if you're watching, at noon now, it might be on at 1. I think that's how the direction it works if you don't have the time change. But anyway, if you did have the time change, I will still be on at 8:30 p.m. Central Time on Monday, but there is that goofiness that always happens twice a year. So, all right, you guys, and I'll let that live special go for another 15 minutes or so, and that's if you spend $20 at penguinandfish.com, I will throw in a free mystery gift for you. So awesome. Thanks again, everyone. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Good night.